In the NBA's play-in tournament, we showed you the overtime game earlier in Charlotte. Suns Trailblazers for a spot against the Spurs. Portland hadn't played in the postseason since 21. Phoenix has been a fixture 4 out of 5. Early second, Blazers up 4. Deni Avdija. 2020 Wizard pick. Get him back, Steve.
Can't happen.
Why? Avdija up top. Shaedon Sharpe. A 14-2 Blazers run. Blazers up 8. Final seconds of the first half. Jalen Green had 22 in the first half. All 3 of these, check that, add another with the foul. Suns down 3 at the half. Into the third. Devin Booker draws the foul, hits the bucket. Suns within 4. They're down 3. Ryan Dunn. And the Suns trail by 1 entering the final dozen minutes. Opening play of the fourth. Green. Mid-range game. Step back. That's cash money. Suns now lead. Less than a minute later. Dillon Brooks with a rip. In transition. Bucket good. Suns up 5. Then Brooks working on Avdija. Step back. Hits the 3. And he's woofing it. Splitter. The steal and the hit. That's Royce O'Neal. Suns up 11, in control. Or are they? Green, catch and shoot. All 3 of these. He's up to 35. But this Phoenix team couldn't put this one to bed. Jeremy Grant, corner 3. The lead's cut to 3. 2 to go. Blazers down 2. And Grant all alone in the corner from Avdija. And they now lead by 1. Under a minute to go. Blazers down 1 after free throws. Deni Avdija. Layup good. He wanted the foul call, didn't get it. All his teammates are like, relax. Calm down, let's go back to the bench. Next possession. Down low. Jordan Goodwin, a huge bucket. And it's a 1-point Suns lead. 20 seconds. It's Avdija again with the handles through traffic. And it's 3 the hard way. Big bucket and the free throw. Monster last sequence from Avdija. And now, Phoenix put in the hands of Booker for sure. On the drive, here's Green, tries to draw the foul, hits the deck, there's no call. There's the knock away from Grant. Pokes it away and gets the slam. And what a win for the Blazers on the road. And Kendrick Perkins joins us once again. Perk, I'm joking in the highlight about get Avdija back to our neighborhood in D.C. I get it's too late for that, but just his elevation of his game to put the team on his shoulders late. What's he show us in that closing sequence?
Well, Scott, first off, can we give flowers to Adam Silver again for the addition of the play-in tournament? 2 great games, starting with this one. But when we talk about Deni Avdija, yes, he's in the conversation for most improved, but what he has done this season, he has played at an all-NBA level. Scott, no one expected the Blazers to be here. He has been one of the best stories in the game of basketball. An elite 3-level scorer, a guy that you could go to in the clutch, a guy that's not scared of the moment, a guy that's not backing down from anybody. This was a physical Phoenix Suns team led by Dillon Brooks, and Deni Avdija did not back down one bit and had the game of his life on the biggest stage of his young career.
Yep, game of his life so far. Now they earn a date with the Spurs and former Spurs Splitter, Thiago Splitter, who fills in admirably. Give that guy the job as the head coach. That's the topic we can discuss moving forward. But 41-7-12 for Avdija, an incredible game. Look, the Spurs are everybody's darlings this year, and I'm on board with that. They're a blast to watch. But what's your sense of what we'll see in this opening round series as San Antonio gets its first taste of playoff action against this Portland team that just went to Phoenix and grabbed this one?
Well, you're gonna get a team that's relentless when you talk about the Portland Trailblazers, right? When we talk about Deni, he's a high motor guy, and let's not forget they have a veteran, a champion, Drew Holiday over there that knows and understands the big moment and has risen to the occasion in previous games, especially with the Celtics. So the Spurs are going to be tested, but they're going to need this test. I believe that the Spurs are going to win this series, but it's definitely going to be a brawl for it all, and I'm excited to see it, especially what Deni displayed tonight on the big stage. He was ready to dance, Scott.
Perk, I'm happy for you and everybody that lives exclusively in the NBA lane because the last 6 weeks have been a slog, man. Seeing 4 teams actually try is a reminder of what this league looks like, what this product looks like at its highest level, and we're about to enjoy the run through the playoffs, Perk. I'll be talking with you a bunch throughout, all right?
I appreciate you, Scott.
Likewise.
Of the playoffs, the Trailblazers getting that, 114-110. Deni Avdija, 41 points, 7 rebounds, 12 dimes. An incredible performance as the Suns unable to hold on to the lead, down 8. Time now to welcome in CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez. And John, my, oh my, the script writers were in their bag for this night. Another thriller. The Trailblazers, after looking like they were going to lose it, right, with a few minutes to go, they come all the way back, and it's Deni Avdija looking like a man who was possessed in this game. What did you see from him that just gave him so much confidence to will his team to the victory?
Yeah, I think for people who aren't really familiar with Deni Avdija's games, maybe some casuals, the Blazers play in the Pacific Northwest or late games. I think outside of Portland, Chris, I might have watched the most Blazers games of anybody, and they're just a super fun team, and they keep coming at you. And Deni Avdija has really had a level up season. He makes the All-Star team this year. And what you saw from him tonight is what the Blazers and Blazers fans have seen from him for much of the season, right? It's a career year for him. And he goes and he ties his season high with 41 points. He also has 7 rebounds and 12 assists. And he absolutely dominated that game from a Blazers perspective. It was really a 2-man game between him and Drew Holiday. Shaedon Sharpe had some moments. Jeremy Grant had some moments. But the guy that got them across the line was Deni Avdija. And you saw him playing with the ball on the last few possessions where he was toying with that Suns defense. And they didn't have any answer for him. And he was just fantastic tonight. And he really saved them because they were up 14. It looked like it was their game. And then they have a brutal third quarter. They look absolutely lost to start the fourth quarter. They were making mistakes, throwing the ball all over the gym, missing shots, not making free throws. And then all of a sudden they go on a run, and all of that was Deni Avdija. So huge win for the Portland Trail Blazers in a season that this was a feel-good season for both teams, both the Suns and the Blazers. But the Blazers, it's been a minute since they've been in the postseason, and now they get to face the Spurs for all of their effort. But great win for them tonight.
Yeah, before we get to the Blazers taking on the Spurs in the first round, we got to talk about the Suns collapsing. Okay, with over 3 minutes to go, Jalen Green hits a 3. They're up 105-97. Why were they not able to close out the Trailblazers?
Yeah, it was a tough one, right? Because you get 28 from Devin Booker, you get 20 from Dillon Brooks, but Dillon Brooks ends up fouling out. Jalen Green had a great game. I mean, Jalen Green has missed a ton of time this season with a knee injury. He goes for 35 tonight. But I think late in this game, what you saw from the Suns wasn't so much that, why weren't they able to close out, is all of a sudden you look around and you go, okay, where are we getting offense from? It was basically 3 guys tonight for the Suns. And the Blazers defense has been excellent towards the end of the season. In the last 15 games of the regular season, the number 1 rated defense in the NBA. And when things got tight, you saw that defense for the Blazers really pick up, and you saw the Suns start to look around like, how are we going to get buckets? And all of a sudden, when it looked like Phoenix had control in the fourth quarter, things got really difficult for their offense, and it got even worse for them once Devin Booker fouled out. Now you're down to basically 2 guys. So tough one for the Suns. We'll see whether or not they can last chance saloon in the game against the whoever comes out as the winner between the Clippers and the Warriors. But that's a tough defeat for Phoenix at home.
Yeah, absolutely, because you thought they had all the momentum, right, coming back down from 14 earlier in this game, but just not able to make enough plays here against the Trailblazers. Now, speaking of, right, their impending matchup against Golden State or the Clippers, who do you think they should want to face here?
Yeah, so they're 1-3, the Suns are, against the Warriors, and they're even up 2-2 against the Clippers. I don't think it matters much. A lot of these play-in teams, the Suns were pretty solidly the 7th team in the Western Conference this year. If they had made it in, towards the end of the season, they started to ebb a little bit. But there was a moment there where you thought they might be able to get into the 6th seed in the playoffs proper. They really were, though, among the playoff play-in teams, the best of the bunch. Now, that didn't work out because it was only a one-game situation where it's a win or have to play again situation for the 7-8 seed. That's what happens when it's single elimination. But against the Warriors have had a tough year, right? They just only recently got Steph Curry back. They've been offensively challenged even when he has played, and then not having Jimmy Butler, that's a tough one. And then the Clippers, they traded 2 of their 5 starters at the trade deadline. I'm not sure that the Clippers believe in the Clippers. So if you're the Suns, at the very least, look, tough loss tonight, but at the very least, you get to play this next one, win or go home, at home.
Yeah, now when it comes to the Trailblazers versus the Spurs in the postseason for the first time since 2018, the Trailblazers just 1-2 against San Antonio this regular season, and sometimes that means something, other times it doesn't. The Blazers match up with Wemby Spurs here, John.
Yeah, not great, right? I mean, look, it's been a second since the Spurs have been in the postseason, but it's also been a second since the Blazers have been in the postseason. This is the first time they've been in the playoffs since 2021. They haven't won a series since 2019. And while it's great, this is, again, they're playing with house money. Nobody expected them to be here. They're in the playoffs. This is a feel-good moment for them, right? The feel-good feelings, though, probably not going to last that long, because now all of a sudden you've got the San Antonio Spurs, who since February 1 have been the best team in the NBA. They've got a dominant defense, a really good offense. They're led by Victor Wembanyama, who's going to be the Defensive Player of the Year and is a top 3 MVP candidate. They're loaded up and down the roster. And oh, by the way, they're going to have home court advantage in this series. So if the Blazers take a single game off of them, Chris, I think that would be a win for them. It would also be surprising on my end. I've got them in a sweep on that. But hey, the Blazers, they're building blocks here, right? They've got some really nice young pieces. We've been talking about Deni Avdija, Donovan Clingan. They've hit on him. I like Shaden Sharp, Scoot Henderson. Your mileage may vary, but at least he's tried harder this season. You're going to get Damian Lillard next season. It's something for the Blazers to build on going into next season.
Yeah, for the Blazers, they really have nothing to lose because, as you pointed out, nobody was expecting them to be in this position when the regular season started. Cannot wait to see how that series is going to shake out. John Gonzalez, always appreciate the insight, brother. So here's a preview of Spurs and Blazers. So San Antonio has won each of the last 3 playoff series versus Portland. For the Trailblazers, they're seeking their first series win since 2019. And San Antonio, well, it's their first playoff appearance since 2019 as well.